It's that time of year, everyone. No, I'm not talking Christmas. I'm talking TLC. WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. The 2018 annual event is here, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Oh my god, I am so pressed to get this episode out to you guys. I started watching TLC Monday night. And I hate watching the pay-per-views while Raw is happening. But Raw right now just had a not right now, but Raw on Monday had one heck of a opening where the McMahons basically gave the company the authority labeled the WWE universe, the audience, the new authority. And I don't know if that's like an indicator of like a social media push or something else they have coming through their channels. And channels, I mean like tentacles and their multimedia platforms that they are really, really good with. I mean, the WWE's been fantastic on social media, them and their superstars. But yeah, so I couldn't finish it, and now we're Friday morning. Okay, that's what today is. It's November 20. It's December 21st, Friday morning, and it is raining. It's been raining, maybe about 12 hours now, and it does not feel like winter. It actually feels like it's a warm summer day here at the Dream Warrior Studios. And so, look, it's been a little bit of a trial. These WWE pay-per-views are they get more and more tricky for me to stay on top of, but I look forward to it because it's challenging, and I'm just trying to find the rhythm to watch them Sunday nights, which is tough because usually there's football Sunday nights, and I'm still trying to track the season. So when I sit down with John next, we can have like a full bodied conversation. But on a quick side note, if you're new to the podcast, if you're new to everything, I'm Peter A. DeLuca. I'm your boy, I'm your host. I'm your pop culture fanatic. Here on Dream Warriors, we do everything. We do just about everything pop culture. I'm talking comics, movies, TV, streaming, Netflix premieres, NFL, WWE, cats and dogs living together. Sometimes we even have visits from my very own cat, Diamond Dallas Cat. That's his Instagram handle. Go follow him. And speaking of which, you can go follow me, AKAPAD on Twitter and Snapchat, AKAPAD13, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, there's ways to support the show because it is time consuming and it is expensive, and I got to pull Peter, me making money. I got to stop doing that just to do Dream Warrior. So to support some of the show, if you're listening on SoundCloud, there is a link to my Patreon. It says help fund the show. You can go right there, make a donation. There's a donation button on akapad.com. That's my website. And there's an Etsy store. It's Etsy/shop/AKAPad. There you can purchase original artwork and creative services by yours truly, because that's my background. Even my 9 to 5, I work in IT, but my background is as a creative, imaginative gun for hire, and that's right, you can hire me. But getting back, let's talk about this pay-per-view, because this like a lot like Survivor series. This was like a long draw. I had to go back a few times just to catch up on a few things. And my overall take on this, okay, just to kind of get it out of the gate. We'll break down everything from pre-matches, which I figured out how to watch those on the WWE network. That was not the case before, but we'll break down everything from the pre-matches to the main event. So it's 12 total, and I'll go through and just give you guys my takeaway on the performances of each, because it's a I'm not really going to focus so much on like where the storylines are converging. I'll give you background, but a lot of times it's I think sometimes we're one-sided on storyline and less on performance, and vice versa. And for me, this is more of a performance pay-per-view. Some pay-per-views are driven through storyline. And it's a case by case situation. This year, this TLC is strictly performance based, and that goes right into my opinion, which would be like I believe this one started fantastic. Like it had one hell of a start, and I don't feel like it knew what it was like, what it wanted to be by the end, because our main event, our last three matches, really kind of were a little, I would say, drawn out, lackluster, and they didn't have the highs weren't highs and the lows weren't lows. They were just very dull. Okay, and I hate saying that because some of my best people, the people I like to follow, the people whose performances and characters I'm drawn to, they were part of those matches. And when I went back and kind of was like getting re-familiar with some of these matches and what the flow of the pre-show into the pay-per-view were, the one thing I noticed is that the crowd was completely out of this TLC. And that is very unfortunate, because when the crowd's not in it, I get it. Like, you're at home with your popcorn and pizza, and you're watching it. Probably a couple beers. Hey, you got to get the PBR, and you still feel it through the TV. You feel it, and if the crowd's not in it, I'm not sure how much of that they can fake. But you almost wish they would fake it so you would have a better experience at home. Not that I endorse that. I really don't. I don't think that it's a good practice. But we opened with the cruiserweights with Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. Buddy Murphy is emerging as one hell of an athlete. I will say that through and through. This guy whoever he works with has that highs and lows, that roller coaster I was telling you about. I wish the pay-per-view opened with this match. I'm surprised it didn't, because we opened with a gimmick. The pay-per-view actually opens with R-Truth, Carmella, and Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal. And look, I'm huge on Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is he's like another Miz for me. He'll never get the title again, but he has such an awesome character, amazing presence, and I love his gimmick. I love his gimmick through and through. I do want him to return as champion, as I do The Miz. Will it ever happen? I highly doubt it. I don't think it's a possibility. But that was the beginning of the pay-per-view. Now, this middle is Elias and Elias and Bobby Lashley. Now, again, I like both of these guys, but Elias had he had more of the crowd than Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins had. He had more of a crowd than Asuka, Becky Lynch, the main event, and Charlotte Flair. He had more of the crowd than Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. And we're talking about the pre-show. So there you go. But he defeated Bobby Lashley, and that was a little bit of a surprise. I thought Lashley was going to come out and just smash him. So that our pre-show was very, very much like it had the momentum that I don't think could have been maintained, and that stinks. So what about R-Truth, Carmella, and Jinder and Alicia Fox? Look, they beat Jinder Mahal. I can't say that sometimes, and Alicia Fox. But this was just like a fun start. The blue and the black Carmella and R-Truth had, and the San Jose Sharks, like using the colors of the San Jose Sharks and them having the San Jose Sharks jersey. Awesome. It's one of my all-time favorite sports logos. The hockey logo is so awesome. It's a shark. It's in a triangle, but the shark is biting a hockey stick like in half. And I don't know. It's kind of funny because you need the stick to play hockey, but the shark is breaking the stick. It's a confusing logo, but I love the colors and I love the shape and the silhouette of it. But it was cool that they honored that. And look, that was fun. It was fun. It was goofy. We had some dancing. I like these mixed matches. I'm a huge fan of these mixed matches because it's almost like when the Watchmen got made into a movie, or when Avengers became a thing, or when Thanos actually did the snap. I thought I would never see it. I never thought WWE would evolve into regular mixed matches, and I understand how the pay-per-view would open with that. And then we have, look, another amazing performance. The Bar, they defeated New Day with one of the Usos was there. I wasn't familiar with how that came about, but the Bar is pretty consistent. Cesaro and Sheamus are workers, and they know the gimmick that they have, and they know how to sell it. And I like it that they're kind of face, but they're also heel. They're perfect middle ground, and I think their performance and what they're able to do is easy because they are perfectly in the middle. They're a lot like the Punisher. You're good and you're bad. So that brings us to at this point the longest match of the run. We're already at number 5. It's Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is the he's like the GM of Raw. And this is a grudge match. And this is kind of one of those, like, let's fight for control. Like, give me my opportunity. Braun Strowman. See, they have to continuously throw things at Braun Strowman. And some of them have to be, like, administrative things. Because the dude can go through anyone on the roster outside of Brock. But they need to give him obstacles. And this was cool. This was fun. I liked, like the Vince McMahon, Steve Austin type. Like, let's go against the authority type, or let's go let's defeat the administration type thing. I like those runs. I like those storylines. This ended okay. Like, Corbin won. And he retained being full-time GM of Raw. And no, Corbin did not win. I'm sorry, Braun Strowman won. So Corbin loses control of the GM of Raw. And I don't know, like, I kind of like that. And I'm a huge fan of Braun Strowman. I like the big guys. I think the big guys make the company. Again, this kind of goes with my Daniel Bryan criticism of like, I don't know how long the small guys can hold titles even when they're heel. But this brings us to Natalya and Ruby Riott. Natalya defeated Ruby Riott. She had a cool little gag. She pulls out a table. The first one who goes through the table wins in this match, and she pulls out a table that has Ruby Riott's. It's almost like a fathead sticker. So it's like a full size like print of Ruby Riott on the table, and that's what she uses to defeat Ruby Riott and breaking her through her like herself basically. But I believe Sarah Logan got busted through Ruby Riott's table. But it was still cool. Like Natalya still won. They were very nostalgic. They had this was a good grudge because they dug into the history of the Hart family and the death of Anvil Hart, which is Natalya's like father, who kind of like I get the angle, but he was troubled for a long time. Okay, and him dying prematurely and dying, of substance abuse would not like have shocked anyone. And I get it; it's her father, but I really sometimes, I don't like when some of that behavior is held to a standard of adulation, and that's a conversation for another time. But now we're dealing with the cracks because this is kind of where. Like, Natalya and the Ruby Riott had like an awesome grudge with a nice fun resolution, and it's cool watching the girls do the extreme things, and I think that's what the main event was all about. Like, let's watch these girls do TLC. Now we have Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, grudge match. This match was like it was sluggish. The Rey Mysterio stuff didn't flow. It didn't pop. The Randy Orton bits didn't get over, and it was just like a match. boom, okay? And then we have a little bit of a salvation. Like, the women kind of came in, and I feel like the women's performances in this year's TLC pretty much saved it, because Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax going down by submission was awesome. That was a heck of a match. That was a heck of a grudge. Them building Nia Jax up to a point was masterful, and they're not done yet, and I like it. I like that there's this power struggle between the two of them, and I like that Ronda Rousey won clean. That was huge for her. This is great for the women's side, okay? And now we have someone first done, because we have two of my guys, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan has a certain style because of his size. I love that he turned heel. I love this rivalry with AJ Styles. Now, I feel like AJ needs to go. They need to let AJ go off and do something else, because he's good with the mic and he's good with building storylines. And they have to kind of throw other guys at Daniel Bryan now for him to go through in his evil phase. This match, again, their gimmicks and their go-tos didn't carry over, and the crowd was somewhat deflated by this point. It's great that Daniel Bryan won. I want him to retain, even though I'm an AJ Styles guy. But the performances, again, they didn't smack it out of the park, and I was somewhat okay with that. Just because, like I said, the nature of Daniel Bryan's wrestling, it can only go too far, and it can be so hard so much. AJ Styles has a more, his body, welcomes a more brutal, more hard-hitting style, and I don't think that plays off of Daniel Bryan well at all. And then we have what I thought was going to be the best match of the run, match 11. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, the IC title, and Dean Ambrose turned on Seth Rollins during this Shield reunion. Amazing setup, amazing grudge, amazing lead-in to this. And it just, the crowd was booing this entire time. Not the entire time, but midway through the match, they were just bored of it. Like I said, their performances were good. The moves, I just didn't think had they didn't have a flow. And again, there was no real highs or lows in this match. And I was even watching it, just staring away, looking at my phone, seeing how much time we actually had left on with this match. It went on for 23 minutes, way too long. I feel like this match would have been perfect if it was 11 or 12, or it should have been a 10-minute match. I feel like that's what the two of them had in them. But hey, they are two of the better company guys, two of the better characters. I'd like if they're dueling for the IC title. I kind of like that power struggle. I hope it continues. And then we have Asuka getting the title from Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And this is just the Charlotte Flair show. It's again, they have to find ways to take out Charlotte Flair so people can win. And that's unfortunate. I really want Charlotte Flair to power through this. I predicted that Asuka would never become champion because she doesn't speak English. She doesn't, it's same with what's his name from the men's side, the U.S. champion, Nakamura. But hey, they proved me wrong. Great for her. Azuka's outfit looked phenomenal. Just the colors, just she's so theatrical. And I get it. People like that. She knows how to wrestle. But what's going to happen with her in promos? How she really going to carry the title? This is where I'm somewhat predicting a quick change of hands. But with that being said, everyone, enjoy the holidays coming up, okay? We have another episode of Cinemas, okay, coming at you. Look, I had to let the Grinch episode burn a little bit because it kind of popped. So I'm letting that burn. I'm putting this one up. We're going to do another Cinemas, and I should have a run of Cinemas leading right into Christmas. So you can expect another 4 to 5 episodes of Cinemas. Hey, I might just stay home one night, do nothing but watch Christmas movies and record. And look, keep an eye out for my YouTube. because we're going to be doing some Aquaman work on my YouTube. Just go YouTube, search AKAPAD, and if you're listening, wherever you're listening on this, I think outside of Spotify, but everywhere else, SoundCloud, iTunes, especially. Please give me, if you enjoy this, if you don't want to donate money, leave a review, leave a 5-star review, and hit those comments, because hit those reviews, because it means a lot and it does help the show. Okay, that you're helping me build social equity. That's as valuable as money. But everyone, I love you. Thanks for joining me. Rock and roll until the Royal Rumble. Right? Let's do this. I can't wait. Royal Rumble's my favorite pay-per-view. I'll catch you guys next time.